All right, so we're going to show the components that go with this battery. So I just got a 400 watt inverter. It's got a 1-year warranty. And then I got a few other components in this bag. Let's see. We got these cables right here. These are 2 gauge cables. 2 gauge wire. I looked that up and saw how many amps that can go through a 2 gauge wire. The smaller the number, down to 0, the more current or amperage can pass through this wire. Now, what you want to do is this cable will be connected from the battery to the inverter. And so what I did was, the battery is only, I mean, it carries a good bit of amps. So, I mean, if you gave it a big enough power cord, it could deliver 109 amps if you had the load that was pulling on it. Now, this power inverter is going to regulate how many amps are pulled out of this battery. So, I'm trying to find the facts. So, this power inverter protects us from pulling way too many amps through this. You don't want to plug a device in that has more than 35 amps, 400 watts, or it's going to blow the fuse. But if it blows that fuse, that's okay. You just replace it. It's the same as like something tripping, or the fuse might just trip. But that fuse is going to protect us from pulling too much current through here. And so you don't, like, I didn't get the number 6 gauge cable because this could actually pull more than this could carry. And if you pull too much current through this, that's where you can get a fire. You can get, the copper will literally melt. Aluminum actually vaporizes. Aluminum cable, I think this is copper. So, and you also have to think about what temperatures it will handle, because the amperage coming through here is dependent also on the external temperatures. But this is not going to allow more than 35 amps, and this is actually sized more than this. So there will never be more current traveling through that battery, because the load is what's gonna, like, the devices that you plug into this inverter are what dictates how much amperage is pulled through here, and this would trip before more amps would be pulled through the wire than it can handle. So this protects us. So let's open up this inverter. And I can show you what's going on. I think this breaks it down and makes it seem pretty easy to understand. So here you've got your inverter right here. 400 watts, 3.1 amp fuse. And these, I've already connected these to the red and the black. That's a cooling fan. And now you've got your, I got this one because it has 2 ports. We can plug our thermoelectric fridge in, and then we can also plug in like a computer. And then we've got our USB ports. This turns on and off. And now I'll need a device that connects like a female car port, DC port, to these terminals right here, because these will fit on the terminals. And then actually I could connect these, I could connect these battery cords right here straight. I could take this off, we don't need this DC, and we can connect this straight from here to here. This DC is just for if I'm using it in the car, I can plug it in, run my laptop off the alternator. But other than that, if I'm running off the solar battery, or the battery being charged to the alternator, because I'm going to eventually connect this to the alternator and the solar panel. Then I'm just going to connect this straight to here. And then we actually have a charge controller that I'll show in another video. And then I've got another one of these 2-gauge wires. So we've got one that's going to connect the negative and the positive and connect it to this inverter right here. And then that's what we plug our devices into. So that just shows you from the battery to our loads.